You're listening to the Reluctant Adult Podcast. If you like what you're hearing, follow us on social media and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This is the way.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million.
This week from the internet, with another WrestleMania in the books, WWE now shifts its focus to its most stubborn opponent yet. A PR nightmare of its own making. Plus, Star Wars fans celebrate the future of the franchise in the land of the rising sun. And Mezco's April Fool's Mystery Box promotion leaves 112 collectors whelmed. If you're happy and you know it, shop at Stan's. It's the Reluctant Adult Podcast.
Don't you be a dummy! Buckle your safety belt!
Think, Billy. It's morphin' time!
Ooh, welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who hopes you had an excellent WrestleMania, Bill!
Hi, everyone. That's right. I hope you had an excellent WrestleMania.
See what I did there? You thought I was going to go
Yes.
Easter. I zigged and I zagged. Thought I was going to zig and I zagged. So tonight is Saturday. It's night one. It's night one of a buy one, get one WrestleMania extravaganza. Not been a super, memorable card. I've been watching a little bit. I've been reading the comments. This is how I engage with wrestling now. I don't actually watch any of it. I just read the comments on social media, and that's how I know how to be upset or what they're doing. I don't have time to actually watch the product. There's so much of it now. But this is 10-ish o'clock, and the triple threat main event with CM Punk just started. So I'm sure this will be good. This is all people really cared about for night number one. And then tomorrow, it'll be John Cena's final WrestleMania. He's going for the title against Cody Rhodes, Mr. Action Figure himself. We'll get heavy into that. He's having quite the run. But you know what? Let's start with Star Wars. How about that for a little zigzag? Star Wars, the other big thing that's happening this weekend.
Yeah.
So in Japan, that's the crazy thing. It was so funny. I was listening to a bunch of different podcasts in the weeks leading up to this, and they were like, "Yeah, we're going to Japan." I'm like, people can just go. People can just pick up their lives and go to where these conventions are. That's just a thing. I didn't know we were allowed to do that. That's news to me.
Okay.
Should we go? Well, the next one's not going to be in Japan, right?
I don't know
They're
what
not-
the next one's going to be.
There was one that was in Orlando a few years ago. I was like, I should have gone to that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't feel like I'm a good con goer. It doesn't excite
that
me
one.
to see the Power Rangers one.
Yeah, you went to that one.
If I'm a presenter, if I can't go as just a fan, a common fan, because it's just not. I don't care about the presentations or the panels, because you get to see it all on your computer in the comfort of your own home, probably hear it and see it better. With this WrestleMania thing, they have a whole WrestleMania weekend leading up to it, and they had all these. Mattel was there. They had all these unveilings of new action figures, and I got to see them at the same time as everyone else, but I got to see them in better quality. I could zoom in. You can't zoom in real life. I try to though. Do you ever do that? You try to zoom in real life, like pinch, and whatever the opposite of pinch is, unpinch.
Well, doing what? Like,
like on your phone, you pinch, and what's the opposite of unpinch? You enlarge somehow. You go like this.
Punch.
But I've done that with books, or not a book because I don't read, but like something I was trying to look at. My old eyes, they're not so good anymore, so I tried to zoom in on this. I'll just take a photo of it with my phone and then zoom in. But anyways, not a big con guy. Would you say you're a con guy? I don't feel like you don't go to that many cons. You went to Dan Con or Chris Con.
Chris Con.
Those are
I
two
met Dan
completely
at
different
Chris
events.
Con.
You met Dan at Chris Con. That's why. Hence my confusion. Yeah, I'm not like people are like, oh, I'm so excited to go like drinking with the other fans. I'm like, what? That sounds terrible. I don't want to do that. Not at all. Not in the least.
I don't want to
that. I don't want to
find common ground with people that have the same interest as me. Ooh.
There is nothing I like less than talking about the things I like with other people.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, it comes up. It comes up at work, and oh my god, I'm just like, damn.
I don't, because then I'm like, I've already said this a million times on social media or something, and I'm like, I don't want to say this in actual words. I don't feel comfortable. Right. I only feel comfortable typing this. I can't say this in real life, and then it becomes a real thing.
I was like, I was at work this past week, and a guy comes up to me and goes, "Hey, Bill, I know you like Star Wars. You know which one I like the most?" And I go, "Which one?" And he goes, "Solo." And I was like,
"Yeah,
all right."
That guy's got a story. I want to hear his rationale.
Yeah. It's like, all right, great. It's decent. I was like, yeah, it's decent. He's like, you know what the part I like the most? I was like, yeah, which one? And I was like, oh, this hurts me.
Did you not like Solo?
I liked Solo.
Yeah, Solo's fine.
Talking about Solo. Yeah.
I just don't like talking about it. Because then it's like everyone's got their canned opinion that they heard online. It's not authentically what they think. And then it's like you go into the same things. It's like when I see people in the toy aisle and they start a conversation. It's like, oh, yeah, Super 7, the prices were high. It's like, oh, those tariffs. Oh, what are we going to do? It's like, I don't need this. I get all my thoughts out in this hour that we talk, and I don't need any more.
No, right?
I'll just be like, I'm not going to talk to you. Just go to my social media accounts. Follow us on Instagram. Right. Follow us on Instagram at the Reluctant Adult Podcast, and you can follow me on Blue Sky. My views and opinions may not reflect what Bill thinks because it's entirely my channel on Blue Sky, but it's at This Guy Collects, which this will be a trivia question someday. That was going to be what we rebranded the show as before I decided to just not do that. So that's the only remnants that remains of that branding is I use that for my Blue Sky. But we were going to talk about Star Wars, and I think we should do that. Yeah. So Star Wars Celebration, it doesn't happen every year, correct?
It does.
It's not an every year thing.
It does.
It does?
It's every year.
It happens every year? Okay.
It happens every year.
Does it need to? Is there enough Star Wars going around that they need a whole convention every year?
They seem to get enough news out within the span of 3 days. So yeah, I'd say.
They just save all the big reveals. But then they like reveal stuff and then like maybe it happens. Maybe it comes to pass.
That in the past.
Yeah.
Lando.
Like the Lando, and that maybe it's a TV series, and then like the director for Wonder Woman was gonna do her own like pilot movie or something.
Rogue Squadron or whatever
Squadron.
It was. Yep.
And now
the Rey movie,
the Rey movie that they still like, that's still maybe happening. And now there's another pilot movie with Ryan Gosling, and that's like 5 years after Episode 9. So we're like way outside of everything. And we're like nothing. It's all new.
Nothing will make sense.
You have no idea. It's like the new season of The Last of Us. It's like, are we supposed to know what's happening? Why are they mad at each other? What? I don't know anything that's happening right now. I didn't play the game. Were we supposed to play the game to understand the show? Are they going to explain
I think
stuff?
we were supposed to play the game, and then they're like, wow, they really just made that TV show look like the game. Like, okay.
Oh.
I didn't play the second game, so I'm completely like bored.
Well, I don't. I know nothing of any game, so think of how I feel. Although I like season 1, I'm sure season 2 will be fine. It's just we're in a different place, and they didn't explain who these people are. You got the girl from what's that show?
What do you mean they didn't explain where they are?
Well, they got this new crop of friends. They're coming after Ellie and them, or they're mad at the guy.
It takes place 5 years later.
I know, but I don't know. Like, Ellie is mad at Pedro. We don't know why.
They explained that.
I guess we can assume. What? They explained it? What did they say? Just because she's a teen now and she's angsty?
She's angsty? No, it was because she doesn't trust him because of the lie that he told her that they couldn't do anything.
Get out of
I'm serious. She's questioning it.
It's not enough. And then he's got this therapist, and apparently Joel killed her husband, but we don't know who that is, right? Is that supposed to mean something to us?
We don't know. Right.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. So there's a lot. Oh, CM Punk is about to make his entrance. Here we go. Hold on. I just want to mute it for a second. I'm going to play it. Where is it? Oh. Can you hear this? No, probably not.
No, thankfully.
Oh. All right, that's fine. He's just talking about straight edge. I'm technically straight edge, aren't I? I don't drink. I don't do drugs unless they're prescribed, but that's okay. I think he does prescribe drugs. You can't wrestle at 50 or whatever he is and not be on something. You got to keep that body going. You got those stem cells or something. So Star Wars. Okay, so this new movie with Ryan Gosling is coming out. Is it next year? 26?
I think they said 27.
Oh, damn. Okay. So nothing for next year?
Next year is the Mandalorian movie.
Oh, yes. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So Mandalorian movie, and we saw, well, we didn't officially see it, but they showed it and people bootlegged it. We saw the teaser where they're on Hoth, and we get to see the snowtroopers, like, mask part comes off. Like, that was interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what was going on? It was that lower hood?
Yeah, the lower part comes off.
I thought they were just different troopers. I'll have to watch it again.
Yeah, that's what I took from it. That they're like, oh, there's, like they're trying to explain the little things, like what the ice cream maker was. Like, there's more to this world. And there's an ad, and it goes down, and then who are the other Zeb from Clone or from Rebels?
Rebels is in there, right? Yeah,
Rebels. Is there any other like big reveals?
Sigourney Weaver's in there.
She's an X-wing pilot, which is kind of like.
Is she?
I thought, well, she's wearing the suit. I mean, she could like turn and be a bad guy or something, but she's not like an alien.
Right, yeah, of course.
Unless she's like a very humanoid alien. Jabba the Hutt's son is all grown up.
Yep, and
we get to see a muscular Hutt. He's stacked. Yes. He's going to be in WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, he'll be a playable character on Fortnite soon enough.
I would love that. Cody Rhodes and The Undertaker are now playable on Fortnite. And I'm like really thinking, I kind of want to play as Cody Rhodes. But they didn't get his music. If they had his music in there, I definitely would have done it because that's great.
Okay.
Oh. So that's good. What else from Mando? What is Mando supposed to be? Is there like a big event? Is that why it had to be a movie? Or they're just like, let's just make it a movie instead of a next season?
Let's just make it a movie. I mean, maybe that's how they could get him. Schedule-wise, he's very busy.
Do you think we'll actually see his face, unlike the last season where we did not see his face once?
Right. I don't know. They had like a still image of him looking older.
Older than he looks in. He's interacting with the baby.
Remember when remember last week when we talked about the Hook toys?
Yeah.
I feel that's where I think Pedro listens to us, and he was like, "I've got a Hook outfit. I've got a costume from Hook that I can wear.
The puffy shirt, and then the pants that go down to above the knee, and then he's wearing tall boots, so you just see knee. Yes. It's like those are where he has reverse knee pads on, where there's nothing there. That's it's a look. I'm sure there was an explanation. Is that like a popular look in Japan? I forgot that I like re-skeeted a bunch of stuff so I can look through it. I'm just like off the top of my head being like, what happened? Oh, here's Dan Larson in his Kenner Boba Fett colored suit looking very dapper. My goodness. Custom suit for... I wonder if he hosted a panel or anything. So they're doing a Darth Maul series
Yeah.
And it's animated, which I think,
Right.
it should be. Do you understand what this is? When does it take place? What is it?
I think, and I want to say it probably takes place, after his rise, because he takes over. So he takes over this is the end of the Clone Wars, final end. Yeah. He takes over Mandalore, and then he starts to become a criminal kingpin. Mm-hmm. So I think and then he gets captured, but then he escapes the Order 66 and goes off. And I think this is
why would that
time period between
a Jedi? Oh, he is he a Jedi?
He was a Force user. I think it was a Force user situation,
it's
not just a
anybody.
Jedi.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about it that way.
Right. So I think it takes place between the final season of the Clone Wars, the end of it, and up to where he dies in Rebels. Anywhere in between there, and Solo included.
Spoiler! I forgot that he died.
He
I
does.
forgot. I thought this was
Eventually.
continue. Can he not die again? Like how they unkilled him from episode 1?
Right.
Well,
question.
that's fine.
Yeah, it looks exciting.
Is Ray Park involved in this at all? He doesn't do the voice, correct?
No, he doesn't do the voice.
No. Does he mocap? Because that guy, he had that weird episode where he was flashing his junk on live. Do you remember that? He was going to come back. Does this connect with Solo at all? Because the big tease at the end of Solo was Darth Maul, and then obviously
I think it has to. I think it has to.
So maybe we'll see some of those characters have their lives.
Maybe we'll see Solo.
The characters in Solo are like the innies in Severance, where it's they don't get to continue their lives because they never made more content. It's like Daenerys, there's nothing else with that character. She just lives completely encapsulated in that one movie, which I feel is sad. I'm sad for her.
Oh, her.
So maybe she'll pop up. Yes, I'm sorry. I don't know her Star Wars character name. Kira.
She was in some comic books, and I think she was in the new video game that nobody likes.
Oh no! So there's a video game that nobody likes.
I think it's Star Wars Outlaws. Yeah.
Isn't that just on your phone, or is that an actual video game that came out?
I thought it was an actual open world video game.
Well, speaking of
but
video
people
games,
were against it because you couldn't create your own character. You had to play with a specific character.
Are there other Star Wars games where you can create your own character?
I thought Knights of the Old Republic was one. Yeah.
See, I don't know. I believe you, but
that's why you have me around, because I know.
That's why my blind spot is Star Wars, non-movie stuff, or even some movie stuff. Look, there's a Chewbacca made of noodles. That's nice.
Oh wow, Noodlebaka.
Noodlebaka. There's the Punk. He's wearing yellow. Good for him. Just like my shirt. So you mentioned a Star Wars video game, and I think we can all agree the greatest Star Wars video game of all the times, Shadows of the Empire for the N64, and Shadows of the Empire introduced us to a new hero of the rebellion, a Mr. Dash Rendar. Now, Dash Rendar has had a Power of the Force 2 action figure, or technically Shadows of the Empire.
Yes.
He has not crossed over to the new stuff. We have not seen him in any new figures until now. So we're getting a Black Series Dash Rendar. But let me ask you, is this what Dash Rendar looks like? Let me find the picture. Is this what he's supposed to look like? Because I say, what?
Dashing Rendar?
He's dashing Rendar. My goodness. He is a handsome friend. I put this photo up and people were like, I thought he looks like Dolph Ziggler from wrestling. People said he looks like Prince Charming or whatever from Shrek.
Right. I can see that.
Jamie Lannister. A lot of people thought that. I agree 100%. There were some other ones too. But where's his beard? He's supposed to have a beard, isn't he?
Scruffy red beard, I thot. Yeah.
This is what we know him to look like. Good Lord, he's not supposed to be friggin'.
Where is he?
He cut you with his jawline is so sharp.
He's so far away.
This is not.
I could get the small one.
No one would ever describe this man as a scruffy looking nerf herder like Han. Like this was supposed to be like the new Han.
It was the
I don't
stand-in
trust this
Han
guy.
for Shadows.
It was a stand-in
Shadows of the
Han.
Last was the Shadows of the Last Empire. No, Shadows of the Empire. The last book you read.
Well, I never finished it.
You never read it? Oh, okay.
I did start to read it.
Yeah,
but I'm not a good reader.
Didn't I mail you a copy?
Yes, I still have it. Unless I threw it out. I threw out lots of books recently because I left them in the garage and they all got a little wormy.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, I don't know.
Bookworms.
Have you heard bookworms? Yeah. Have you heard of the worms that like eat the paper, so you get like holes if you accordion it? There's like a hole that goes all the way through. Have you ever seen that? It's pretty wild. What are the people saying about this figure, this Dash Rendar?
I mean, outside of the head, that I think everything else looks accurate. He doesn't have that gigantic shoulder-mounted gun that Kenner put him with. Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
But we've got, what do we have coming? We have Prince Seizure, and we have
that's right.
Dash
He's already
Rendar.
announced. Dash Rendar.
He's announced. Actually, he's coming out now. I think he's available. Leia's Boosh, but she comes in a 2-pack with that crazy Luke in his Imperial Sentry outfit. Yep.
That's right. We got that. So all we need is Chewbacca.
As Snuva, yeah.
What a good disguise. They are doing a new Chewbacca from A New Hope. But good Lord, Hasbro, how lazy can you be? This is the same Chewbacca body, isn't it?
It really
is. Any different.
You know what? If they tell us it isn't, I'd be saying they were lying because it's like always. It always looks. Prove it.
That face isn't good either. I mean, maybe it's better. That first Chewbacca Black Series just is not good. It's just not it. No, and then I thought they did a really good job with that big Wookiee. I thought that was a fine figure.
Yeah.
But poor old Chewbacca. You got to go get the SH Fig Arts or whatever the other one is. I feel like that one's much better.
Right. What about Han there? Did you like Han?
I don't like him enough. Like all this time and technology, either. I just don't think that the head is.
I still don't see it
forward enough.
I still don't see it.
Hair's too puffy, too poofy.
Yes,
I'm not loving it. I'm not loving it. Ba da ba ba ba. It's definitely. It's like if it's an upgrade, it's like negligible. It's like not even worth it to upgrade. Yeah, disappointing. I don't like how they're doing the arms either. With they're not double jointed, but they still got like a really like very obvious joint. I feel like there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way. I don't love it. Give them multiple heads or something. This is not not enough. It's not enough for me. Here's another video game character, Cal Kestis. Is that how you pronounce his name?
Cal Kestis. Right. Yeah.
This is the other guy from that show. I'm trying to remember with the girl
Shameless.
from last. Yeah, the other girl. She's from Shameless too, right? Or is no. See, I confuse them. The girl from The Last of Us was from that Tim Allen show, right? That like not his most recent one, but the one prior to that.
Oh, okay, sure.
I think my wife corrected me when I said that last time.
Okay, good.
So, my feed for WrestleMania.
He gets 2 head sculpts.
Slow. He gets 2 because he's got that sweet Fu Manchu.
Right.
Is this a big part of the story?
Well, no, you can just customize the character.
You can customize. You can give him a mustache.
Yeah,
that's
and
lovely.
A mullet.
Who's this friend he comes with? Frogman.
I don't know. Froggy McGee and his name and his buddy is like Scuba Steve. I don't know. I never played this.
He comes with Turgle and it is Scuba Steve. What? I thought Scuba Steve. What?
Well, his name is something else. His name is like Star Warsy, but it's just Scuba Steve.
What is this? Is this him? This blue guy here? He looks like a little mini figure packing from like Garbage Pack or something.
This is Scuba Steve.
Friends. Good God. Scuba Steve is like a Billy Madison movie or something, right?
Right. Stepbrother. Step kid? No.
Stepson.
Big Daddy.
Step Brothers. Big Daddy? Oh, that's right. I didn't see that one.
Yeah,
I was not a huge Adam Sandler fan. I like the classics. This is the exclusive that they're doing, Hasbro is, for the Star Wars convention. Did you get it? Yeah. It was on Amazon for a second.
It was. No. You had to talk me out of it. I was like, it's not. Thank you.
Because what are you going to do?
I don't know what I was going to do.
It's cool. It's a lot of money. Not that anything is much cheaper. It is fun. I'm sure like someone will bootleg it. Look on AliExpress. Yeah. Everything is popping up there. That's the future of toys. Is we're just gonna get the bootlegs from AliExpress. Who is this character? She's a Night Sister.
Yeah, from that same video game with the frog.
Oh, another video game. See, this is not for me. I don't know any of this. Right,
it's not your Star Wars.
It's like between this and the Spider-Man video game characters. It just does. I'm sure there are fans for that, but do not count myself among them. But yeah, but that's fun. Was there anything else like really big from the Star Wars celebration that I missed? This guy says Star Trek. I can't think of. I love that. Nice. I love when people walk around a convention and just dare people to hit them. Like, I love it. Good for you, sir. Good for you. SH Fig Arts mentioned them. They had some. Here's Dagobah Luke. Ooh. This Yoda looks way too big. Like, his lower body would not fit. Like, this looks. I don't know if this is accurate. This was probably what it looks like. It made no sense that Yoda's whole body could fit in that backpack. Here's young Anakin. No interest. There's a mace window. Don't care, but good for you if you do. All right, very good. Let's see. Let's find something quick to talk about. These are Velociraptor figures and from Max Factory. What?
Yeah. Do they come with a friend? Or no?
I don't think they do. I think they're just showing how they can interact with other existing toys. Oh, but it does seem like it has a saddle. And it's like, why would a Velociraptor have a saddle? Well, so you can ride them, and you can ride them competitively against horses, because it looks like they sell horses and like the starting gate that horses line up in when they're forced to run. So that's fun. You can see, if you know how big these horses are, you can use that to determine how big the Velociraptors are. But we have perfectly fine Velociraptors from that Amber collection. The Mattel. Yes. I love those. I still have a bunch mint in box, just being like, it doesn't get any better than this. Like, I'll want these someday. I want to do like a huge raptor fight. But these do look fun. I can't tell. I have no frame of reference for size. They're probably smaller, but very well articulated. So good for them. Good for them if you like that. Hot Toys is doing a Scarecrow from Batman Begins. Looks nice. They really nailed the likeness on Crane. What's his first name? I was going to say Harold. Something Crane. Do you know what his name is?
No.
The character's name? No. Do you know the actor's name?
Cillian Murphy.
Is it Killian? I always thought it was Killian, but it's Cillian.
I don't know.
I think you're right.
It's Killian.
I think I'm Irish wrong. Names. No, I think you're right, because I think I'm wrong, and my wife is a big fan, and I feel like she always corrects me. But I don't know. He looks fine. I don't know. These Hot Toys people, I don't know how they have money. You were excited about this. The new G.I. Joes went up for pre-order.
These are great. No, not yet, because they're still available.
That's right. You gotta wait for the clearance.
What is the significance of my original Cobra Commander? I think the one Serpentor, you had. Yes, this is the first one I had. I didn't have the other iterations. I had Battle Armor. I think during the Deke, like after the movie when he turned into the snake, this is the armor he donned. But I think Serpentor turns into an iguana.
Comes with two heads. You got the snake eyes. Well, not snake eyes, but the snake eyes.
Right.
Look at the one, and then the human. These human eyes almost like look too real just from this photo, but I don't know. I don't have a. Is the best Cobra Commander figure considered the one that was a pack-in with one of the HasLabs? Is that what people want? Is there?
I know
Cobra
people like that one, and then they put out a mass release one for the retro line, but people don't like how one of the colors kind of skews on the helmet. It kind of off centers. So
weird. I wouldn't like that either. Is there a Mickey Mouse one? Is that what the pack-in was?
I think that's the pack-in one. The
pack-in one, yeah. And who's this? This is Major Blood.
Major Blood.
What's his story? He's got this nice hat.
Major
Blood.
To
a point.
Yes.
He's Major Blood. This is Major Blood.
He's got a robot arm.
It's not blood like the stuff in your body. It's blood like blood.
Right. This is a different Major Blood than the one they already did for the Snake Island or Cobra Island Target exclusive set.
They have a robot arm?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. That looks nice. Almost looks articulated, but I bet it's not.
It is.
It is? No, I mean like his hand, like his thumb.
Oh, his hand. No, you don't
looks
get
like
that.
it's articulate. No, that's too much. You wouldn't want that. I was listening to this podcast, and they were talking about the Toy Biz Marvel Legends and how like they tried to give them finger articulation, but then like Punisher like couldn't hold his gun. It was just the most worthless. Like it hurt the figure more than like helping. Sure. Monkey Wrench, he looks crazy.
Another Dreadnought.
He's on something. He's got a trident attached to his blaster. Yeah. Just in case, I guess. And he's got a crazy mask with 3D glasses built into it.
It's like a Star-Lord. Like an angry Star-Lord mask.
Angry Star-Lord. And then finally another Snake Eyes, because you can never have enough. I do like the colors on this. This is a very...
That's my favorite Snake Eyes ever. This is the Snake Eyes... Very nice. This is version 4 here, like from the 90s. Mm-hmm. When he... remember the 12-inch line? He was like one of the first... First characters they did in that style.
It's very nice.
I like
Lots
this
of
one
pockets, as was the style
I like this
at the
one
time.
a lot.
What do you think realistically he kept in these pockets? Like spices in case he got stranded and had to cook rice?
Maybe some spices, maybe like some smoke bombs. I don't know.
Smoke bombs? Yeah, definitely one of them is smoke bombs. I never know what people... Like, what's Batman? I mean, Batman, you could just think of anything. He's got that in those pockets. All right, so that's fun. Is G.I. Joe chugging along? Like, when are these like coming, or is everything delayed? Like, what's the story with G.I. Joe right now?
Those I think are supposed to be out in like October.
Well, that's a while.
Yeah,
but they want you to pre-order now. It's on Amazon.
My crystal ball got delayed all the way till August. So,
I bet you didn't see that coming.
No, I didn't. I was all excited like a couple weeks ago. Yes, I do. I was all excited to show them off. And then they're like, no, it's been delayed because it was supposed to be there on like the 4th. And they're like, nope, it's delayed. Like,
is that Butt Dick Monkey or what is it? What's his name? Dick something? Richard Dick
Ball. Richard
Dick Balls.
Dick Balls.
Dick Balls is his name. That's fun. This is a photo of Bizarro from McFarlane, and Bizarro, such a lazy character. He's just Superman with like a great face. I love how comics always had this, where it's just like the opposite character. It was the villain. Like even like Darkwing Duck, like everything does it, where it's just like a color swap, or like not even a color. They horizontal flip the S on this one, so it's like Bizarro. It's like just turn that around, dude.
The best is when like the main cast doesn't recognize their own friend and
like Fake like,
what's up with
whatever
Jerry?
He-Man? Why is he so blue? I don't know. No.
What'd you fall into, He-Man? You're so
friends
blue.
Are stupid.
It's like don't trust the friends that don't know you.
My God, people do not pay attention. That's got to be a Black Mirror episode. Have you started watching that, the new season? Are you into Black Mirror?
No, I haven't. I don't know if I watched the previous season. It's the problem.
I don't remember that.
I know I don't have to.
No, that's right. Sometimes they will be cute and reference stuff from before, but it's definitely not required. Oh, I do remember watching last time because there was this story. I don't know if they were in Ireland or one of these other countries, and he went back to his home and he found out his mom and dad were these murderers that had sex parties or something, and he did a documentary about it. Yeah, that one was pretty okay. Just like as a story, it wasn't really very Black Mirror-y. We watched the first 2 of this season. The first one was so depressing because it's so real. It's where Rashida Jones dies, or she's about to die, and they offer this service where they can keep her alive, but it's like a subscription style where you have to pay money to keep her brain in the cloud. And then there's upgrades.
That's like how I like to think about things.
Yeah.
Because that's going to come at some point, but you're like, how are you going to pay for it?
How are you going to pay for it? But it was weird because,
oh my God, that's always my thought.
Well, there's that whole show, Upload, where that's it.
Upload, yeah, of course.
But in this one, the fees were not that, like, astronomical. It was like $300 to keep her alive per month. And they're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. It's like, I don't know, go get a credit card. Don't worry about it. Just keep her alive. And then the guy ended up having to, like, do some, like, shady stuff that was introduced, like, earlier in the episode. But I didn't think that one was good. It just made me sad because it's too real. The second one was about gaslighting people, and it was like, this really hit home because there was this scene where it's like, oh, I remember that this, like, brand was spelled this way, you know, like the cornucopia for the Fruit of the Loom. Like, we all remember the cornucopia, but they're like, it didn't exist, even though we know it does. We've seen people that have it. So this hits close to home because my wife is one of those people where it's like, she'll Google it. If you say she's wrong, she'll Google it to prove that she's right. So it's like, that would hit close to home. But that one had a more of a happy ending. It was like a crazy ending, but it was happier. So that one was, I like that one. So we'll see. There's some more. Apparently there's another one that's really good. So I'm looking forward to that.
Good.
So that's Bizarro. Here's Cowboy Batman. I really don't think there's much more. He has a nice pleather duster. Is that a duster or is that a jacket? What differentiates a duster from a jacket? A leather.
Well, like the duster's the full body thing, and they call it a duster because you wore your nice clothes underneath the duster when you were driving or riding the horse, and then you would take the duster off, and the duster would have all the road dust on it, and your clothes would be pristine.
Would you shake it? How would you get the road dust off your duster?
You'd give it to your coatman, and they would shake it for you.
Oh my God,
your own coat.
What a fancy time! What a fancy time back then. This is a character from Daredevil. This is the Punisher.
The Punisher.
Like because he comes with a hatchet. I think he has one handgun, but like
I like
he's
that.
The Punisher.
I like that.
That he doesn't come with like a lot of guns.
No, I like that. I like just the front view with the skull. I like that. But
you like how they did it.
Yeah, I like how they did it.
Yeah, looks fine. I've never been a Punisher fan, so I'm like, I don't know.
No, I like the Punisher.
You like the Punisher?
Oh yeah, always.
You're a big fan? Big Punisher fan?
I was. Okay. Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, huge. It was big.
We'll have to get into that sometime.
In the 90s,
Explain to me why. Well, okay.
I had the first. Why? I don't know. It was like it was in the 90s.
The thing to do. We all like the Punisher. We all had the T-shirt or like the hoodie that zipped up.
Yeah.
From Hot Topic. The embargo has been lifted on photos of toys from the new Superman movie. So we got to see some pretty studio photos of the McFarlane figures. At first, there was a photo, and I was like, oh, they got rid of the pins. They finally went to pinless. But nope, it's still there. Till Todd's dying day will he keep pins in his toys. I don't understand it. It's like between that and the wrists, that's like the two things keeping these from being like the best figures. But I think it looks fine. There's something weird about the torso. It's like maybe too broad. It doesn't look quite right. But there's a deluxe, I think they call it like cinematic deluxe version that includes 4 heads maybe. And it comes with Crypto the dog and like some other hands or something. But then there's just like a normal release Superman that I think only has 1 head. And then but he's like only $25. Okay. So if you want to pay extra for stuff, which I think is a fine way to do it, here's the normal one. So he's got the flying hands too, which is fine. That's all you need. You don't need any more than that. That's fine.
No. Yeah.
There's this. So now, I mean, it's been shown, so it's not a spoiler anymore. There's a kaiju, and kaiju is that just a Japanese word that means big monster? Like, is that what that breaks down to? Because like there's all that.
I didn't.
What was that movie?
Celebration
the
Japan,
robots.
So I don't know.
You didn't
Pacific Rim.
Right, where they fought the kaijus, and that's where I feel like that term really entered the American like vocabulary.
Vernacular.
But there's all these toys. There's even like a play school toy where Superman is punching the kaiju in the throat area, and I think like some of the toys his chest opens, so like it reveals some blue something. So I feel like that's kind of a spoiler, but if it's in the toys, I mean, I guess whatever. Here's another shot of the McFarlane one with Crypto. Is that all I had for that? They're also doing, and this is fun, I don't care about it, but it's fun. They're doing Superpowers styled figures from this movie. So you have the black tea, you have bowl cuts, and you have crisscross applesauce. Are those the correct names for those characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One's Mr. Terrific. One's Metamorpho,
but he's wearing
and
pants.
the other one's the Green Lantern.
The world was not ready for that 4-way junk. Like, where does the cross start? At what point? Someday we'll know. That'll be the tease for the next Superman. And then they're doing the Fortress of Solitude as a playset.
That Metamorpho looks like Vin Diesel. Is it Vin Diesel? You can see it. Okay.
Oh, I don't actually know who plays Metamorpho. It's an actor under there. It's not just CGI.
I believe it's an actor. Yeah, it's an actor. It's not.
All right.
It's not Vin Diesel.
Let's see if I can. This will give. Oh no, that's not Vin Diesel. That looks like Zordon from the Power Rangers movie.
It does look
That's
like
who that
Zordon.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Power Rangers. Non-stop Power Rangers.
Gross. Oh, you're complaining? You sick of it?
I mean, I'm
You're
not.
living
It's
my
a good
dream
bonding
right
experience.
now. You're living my dream. A child that likes Power Rangers. My God.
Try
what's
tracking
that like?
this stuff down now. I've got to tell the kid to wait, and it's like, he's not going to be interested in like 2 months. But he's like, "Where are the Power Ranger toys, Dad? I want the ones where the heads flip." It's like, well, Playmates, hurry up, please, hurry up.
I mean, you could get those so cheap. You can get the original ones, the re-released original ones, or the Hasbro like redone ones. Like, they're out there.
Well, find me a link, and I'll buy them up.
I will. Just go to Goodwill. That's where I find mine.
Why is everyone saying go? My wife said go to Goodwill too, and I'm like, Goodwill's not like a magic lamp where you make a wish and your prize is there.
Disagree. It is.
That's
absolutely
why.
That.
What the hell?
It is absolutely a magic lamp depository. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't work that way for me.
It's better than that because you don't know what you're gonna find. It's like a monkey
it's not
paw.
Gonna be Power Rangers. It's not specific
none of the bad
though.
stuff.
I'm saying it's not specific. Like she can't say, "Oh, hopefully you'll find those Power Rangers." Like,
find a complete
Goodwill.
set.
Oh, there they are, magically,
with their weapons.
Yeah, right. We all know Goodwill throws out the weapons.
You're gonna put all that negativity into the universe.
No, I don't like putting negativity out into the universe. That's not how I manifest things. What are you talking about?
Definitely just go on eBay and do Power Rangers a lot because people try to sell them. But the problem is those original ones, if that's what you want, they got played with. They're going to be in shit condition.
No, I know. I don't want
maybe
to
get them. You can probably get them mint on box. It probably won't be that expensive.
Probably.
Probably. I don't know.
I'm gonna look.
You look. Yeah, those are good. Those are fun.
I gotta do Easter stuff after we're done with the show, and then I'll look.
Yeah, me too. I have stuff in my car. Does the
I
Easter
let it
Bunny
get
bring
away.
it? Does the Easter Bunny bring everything?
That's what I usually do. Yeah.
That's what we're doing. It's like we got the kid nothing. It's all from the Easter Bunny.
Well, that's why you get very little.
Well, no, that's the problem. This year, I just kept like clicking buy it now on Amazon because they had those crazy sales. I got these Bluey and Bingo Sleepy Dolls. I got that Guardians of the Galaxy mix and match set with like 12 characters for $5. Like, these kids are making out like bandits. It's fucking Christmas 2 over here. Which I guess it is. Yeah. Isn't this Christmas 2 technically? Like, if we're
Easter?
We're celebrating the birth of Jesus, this is the rebirth of Jesus.
Yes, this is rebirth.
Zombie Jesus. My wife is like, because the kid is asking like religious questions, and she's like, I'm really afraid he's gonna be like, so he came back to life like a zombie. And then it's like, what do you say? It's like, yes, exactly like a zombie. The same thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I didn't grow up with religion. The most religion I got was from The Simpsons because they always went to church.
They did.
And Homer didn't want to go, so I was like, well, I don't want to go either.
He always ended up going. There was like,
yeah,
I think there was one. There was one episode where he's like, nope, I'm not going, and then like he made a lifestyle out of it, and then bad things happened.
They were so cold in the church, like the heat wasn't working.
Right.
And then they came back and they're so mad at him. Yeah. The Simpsons were very influential on me. They were very influential. That's why I'm such I'm just like Bart. I'm a rule breaker.
You are. Guess what?
I don't like rules. What?
Guess what? I don't have much more time with my earbud.
Oh, really?
I've got to charge it. Yeah.
You don't have backup, like whatever?
No, not like accessibly. Yeah, no.
All right. Well, how much time do you think you got? You
Probably
can just
like
pull
5
it
to
out.
10 minutes.
You can just pull out. Just use the pull out method, right?
What?
And just hear that you could just have the audio come out of your speakers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna stop. This is gold. We haven't even talked about
But
wrestling yet.
wouldn't that screw up the mic?
You really think you're gonna have a lot to say when we're talking about WrestleMania?
Well,
I just gotta get my
am I
clips
just gonna
in
listen
there.
to you? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, you're just gonna listen to it. You can. I mean, I'll edit it if it sounds bad, but
All right,
I'm not gonna hurry this.
Okay, I'll just sit here, wrap it up. So
If
I
you
can
want to
just
like
listen to you.
go find a pair of headphones to put it on, I'll just talk. I'll just talk about wrestling while you're gone.
Okay.
You want to do that?
No, you can just talk about wrestling, and I'll just go,
Oh, okay, that's good. All right, wrestling. So WrestleMania, it's the biggest time of the year for wrestling. They say it's the Super Bowl of wrestling, or what they really say is like the Super Bowl is the WrestleMania of wrestling, or Super Football. But that's stupid. It's not true. Here are some things that happened this week to make this a really weird, bad PR week for wrestling. John Cena gave an interview saying that he loves Vince McMahon and he doesn't care who knows it. And then Triple H, he got inducted into the Hall of Fame on Friday night, and he thanked Vince. It's not a good thing to do. The WWE bought AAA, which is like the main wrestling organization in Mexico. So that's not good. You definitely don't want less competition. Roman Reigns, he was in like Vanity Fair or something. He gave a interview and says he supports the president. Again, not things you want to say out loud. Lots of fun things. Oh, Stephanie McMahon, who is the daughter of Vince McMahon, the wife of Triple H, not technically a WWE employee, but she's been doing all these side projects because she's got nothing else to do, I guess. And she started a podcast. And her first episode, she's like, I have one rule, and that's no douchebags on this podcast. And do you know who her first guest was?
Who?
Dana White from UFC fame. And he is definitely a douchebag. So right off the bat. And then something that really hurts them, 35% drop in viewership on Netflix, and the expansion to India, not what they were hoping. So a very weird feel to this WrestleMania week. And as I said, the night one has not been very exciting up to the main event. So
not enough live.
But that's all well and good. They'll figure it out, or they don't. But what we really care about are the action figures. So they showed off a bunch of new stuff, including two absolutely bonkers sets with Cody Rhodes, including one replicating his WrestleMania entrance, not from last year, but from the year before, where he lost. But he came out with Brandy Rhodes, and that was her, I think, literally her only official appearance. She was like in the crowd a couple times, but she gets an action figure. And the really fun part about this set is they come with alternate heads where they're smooching. They got the smooches going on, but it also kind of looks like they're dead. So, do with that as you will. Like, that's pretty cool. I don't think we've ever seen that in a set. The other set that you can get with Cody Rhodes, it comes with his dog, Pharaoh. And they sculpted a dog with pretty good articulation.
Wow.
So I almost feel like I need this to go with my G.I. Joes, because they would fit right in scale-wise. He's a good boy. Look at this. This is nice packaging. He's got America behind. He got the flag. He's planting the flag. He finished the story. Remember that whole thing? Finish the story, Cody. And he did. He finished the story. This is Paul Heyman. He started ECW. He's a big deal. He came out with a Punk tonight. This is a fine figure, but the most exciting part of this is he comes with a lanyard and an ID badge, and I definitely need that for my Severance customs. So if anybody doesn't want that, or can make like a copy of it or something, that would be great. All right, this is actually really interesting. So if you are a wrestling historian, you know about this event in time called the curtain call. Now, in wrestling, there's a term called kayfabe. Are you familiar with kayfabe, Bill? Are you typing? Did you turn off your sound? I don't know what you're doing. If you're typing, I can't see. Just do thumbs up or thumbs down. Hi, can you hear me? Go get your headphone. Anyway, so kayfabe is is a term that is used to say that everything that happens in wrestling is real. You got to keep kayfabe alive. So it's like these guys are enemies. If you see them eating dinner together, kayfabe has been killed because you know that they're not actually enemies. In this date, 90s, probably right before the NWO started in WCW, there was this match, Madison Square Garden, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. They were tagging against. I'm sorry, I'm hearing me myself. It's throwing me off. There you go. Thank you. Very good. That's much better. So in this match, Madison Square Garden, Triple H, Shawn Michaels teaming up to go against Razor Ramon and Diesel. Now, Razor Ramon and Diesel, their contract had expired with WWF. They were going to WCW to start the NWO, start that whole thing. So these guys on screen were bitter enemies, but in real life, they were the best of friends. They were in a group called the Clique. So you can see them here embracing. Now, this is something that was forbidden. Good guys, bad guys, they did not show positive affection toward one another. So the guys in this foursome here, they got in big trouble. Except two of them were leaving the company. One of them, Shawn Michaels, was the world champion. And then you always hear the stories, well, Triple H was the odd man out. He had to be the one to take the punishment. And then you look at him now. He's the whatever of he's in charge of the company. So this is one of those things where it's like at the time it was a big deal. As time has progressed, it's become like sort of elevated into lore. Mattel celebrating this weird event by making action figures of these characters as they appeared during the hug. So here's Shawn Michaels with his like hair all like wet from like the end of the match. Diesel, there's Hunter, and then here's Razor Ramon with his poofy hair from the match. So it's just one of those crazy things where it's like only recently are things like starting to be like okay to like talk about or make merchandise out of. So pretty cool, pretty interesting. The other thing that is something that, where is it? Let me find it. So AEW figures have done bloody figures to represent actual moments in matches where the wrestlers bled. WWE has not. They have not done any bloody figures. I don't know if Jax ever did them, but Mattel certainly has not. But we saw our first bloody figure during WrestleMania weekend, and I really thought I put a picture of it, but I did not. But it's Stone Cold Steve Austin from his match with Bret Hart, where Bret Hart came into the match as a good guy, and Stone Cold came into the match as a bad guy. And through the course of the match, they flipped, and the fans were behind Stone Cold because he was bleeding in the sharpshooter, and he wouldn't give up, and he passed out, and he never gave up. So they got really behind him there. So they're going to do a bloody figure of that defining moment, which is cool. And then it makes you think, like, what other bloody figures can they do moving forward? What do you think about bloody figures, Bill?
They're great.
What's your favorite bloody figure? Really put you on the spot.
I gotta think about this.
All right, I'll come back to you. All right. Here's another story. So Mezco does this 112 collective line, and these are 6-inch scale action figures with soft goods clothing, most of them. They just recently did the Power Rangers, which are like the best representation of those characters ever. Not all of the characters they do sell out. Not all of them sell well, I guess, because they did this fun thing where usually these figures cost like $100. So they did a mystery box where you would get one mystery 112 collective figure for like $50. And I think it was like $10 shipping. So $60. A good deal. If you didn't have all the figures, you didn't know who you were getting. You know, obviously with mystery boxes, it's like, oh, who could it be? Maybe it'll be like this really rare figure that they found. Like when NECA was doing the mystery boxes, and like people got some pretty cool stuff. Really like wide variety of stuff. That was not really the case with the Mezco one. It seems like almost 90% of the people got one of these characters or the other. So this character is named Hawk P40. This is an original character. You can see what he looks like here. He's like a robot. He's got like a shark head.
What a shame.
A hawk.
It's terrible.
But I mean, this figure sold for whatever it sold for, like $100 originally. So it's still technically a good deal. He comes with lots of stuff. The other character a lot of people seem to get was this looks like something out of the Haunted Mansion to me, but it's like this.
Yeah, that was like spooky Scooby-Doo or something like that.
Right, yeah. Definitely his name is Theodore Sodcutter. So these are all original IP characters, but if you didn't have them and you're like a 112 collector, maybe you're like, cool, filling in those holes. I actually tried to get in on this, but the deal sold out so quickly, and I got on the wait list, and the way they send out their emails made me think that it had converted and I was going to get it, but no, I didn't. It was just telling me that I got on the wait list. But now I don't feel so bad. I don't feel so bad about it. I kind of I don't really want that figure. This figure would have been fine. I would have been fine with a Theodore Sodcutter, but I'd rather have the $50. So back to wrestling. This is our last story. No, a couple more. Bill, do you know who Daniel Fishel is?
Yes, I do.
Who is she?
Of course I do. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't know Daniel Fishel? Yeah. She, for the uninformed, Topanga from Boy Meets World and Girl Meets World. She has a podcast with the rest of the cast, except Ben Savage. He is. I don't know. Do we know the story behind why he is not involved with them, and everyone else is like so friendly?
I don't know the story.
I don't know if it's known. I think he's trying to get into politics. Maybe that's part of it. Anyway, she is a big wrestling fan. I don't know if this is well known, but she's a big wrestling fan. She's a big fan of Danhausen, who's that independent wrestler, or he's an AEW actually technically, and he paints his face up. So you can see here is a picture of her with the Danhausen face paints, and she is getting a Major Bendy action figure from the Major Wrestling Figure podcast company, Major. And you can see here she's got the face paint on. She's actually wearing the exact outfit that she was wearing in this photo. So I don't know if that was intentional or why this is her like go-to wrestling outfit. But this is a Danhausen themed wave where there's Danhausen and another character. But you can see she was at the Major Wrestling Figure podcast live show, and she was the surprise guest along with the other two gentlemen from the podcast, the Boy Meets World podcast. And so she's getting a figure. So it'll be interesting to see if the wrestling figure community wants a figure of Topanga in Danhausen makeup. I think that is an unknown. I don't know. Maybe, it'd be fun to have her sign it. Again, I'm not really a convention person, so I'm not familiar with like what people want from that. But so there it is. Expanding that world. And then while we're talking about it, Major Wrestling Figure Podcast, the unsung hero of that show, the producer, Smart Mark Sterling, he is an active competitor in AEW, and he has criminally not got an action figure from them up to this point. But that all changed, or it will be changing. It was announced at the live show. He is getting an official AEW Jazzwares action figure. Look at that nice suit. He comes with the neck brace, diploma. He's got the these are actually, I think, scissoring hands, because there was a storyline where he was taking the scissoring gimmick away from another group. I think it looks great. The interesting thing about this is it's going to be exclusively sold on collectmajor.com, which is a first for them. I don't know if we'll ever find out the behind the scenes of that, or like how many they have to sell, but sign me up for a couple at least, as long as it's not like super expensive from the tariffs or anything. But Mark Sterling, he's a Boston boy. He's a local, and he followed his dream, and then he formed a podcast with these guys, and then he's very entertaining on TV. So a lot of people pulling for him. So good for him. Good for Mark Sterling. And here's a wax statue of Triple H, which is just horrifying. I don't know. Why is it that wax statues are always the worst version of people? Like, why do they look so bad? Is there like a reason for that? But they're not like melting. Is it just hard, like a hard medium to work in? Like you can't get the details right? It just always looks bad. They're never good. But this is like replicating his famous points where it's like anytime a wrestler wins a title or like is new or something, he'll point to them. So you can live out your dream, but I think you had to be there. So if you're there, you're probably already living out your dream. We should mention this just for posterity. The big news, Mattel, WWE have expanded their global licensing partnership. So Mattel will continue making WWE wrestling figures. Really, like, I don't know what choice, like, alternatives WWE has. Like, could you go to McFarlane? They probably don't have the infrastructure to make the quantity of product that Mattel can make. So, and I don't think Hasbro is really in the market to, like, make more toys, as odd as that sounds, but they seem like they're scaling back, if anything else. So Mattel it is. And people were happy about that because they were like, I'm not starting over again. I've invested 15 years of my life in collecting. There's Sting. Good Lord. Here's Sting. Old man Sting. He stopped dyeing his hair, but he grew out a beard and he paints over it. It really disturbs me. This is Wolfpack Sting with the red. I don't like it. I want him to stop. This is the last year he's going to paint up for these conventions. So if you see him next year, he'll just be Steve Borden. Steve Boring. That's what it'll look like. All right. Here's the Minecraft 8-pack of figures. I actually like this style of figure that they made with the Minecraft figures because they look like the humans. Like they're pretty accurate and they have like minimal articulation, but it's like enough. Yeah, I think it's fun. But I don't care about this. Unless you want to do like Orange is the New Black action figures. This is a good start with this character. All right. Anything else for this big week? Bill, anything?
Not enough Liv Morgan.
You can speak. That's fine. All right. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
I still wanna be a Toys R Us kid.